What are that for contracts? It looks like it's just arena stuff. All right. So let's have a look at the star map, because we're actually pretty close. We're pretty close. What the hell? Oh, the FedCom. The Federated Commonwealth finally became I was like, what happened to Steiner Space? The Federated Commonwealth became a thing at the end of the DLC. How about that? Well, I wonder if my Davian reputation carries over. Or if it's the Steiner rep. But let's head over to the Terra Industrial Zone, because I want to see if we can pick up another hero mech. We got over 100 million C-bills. And once we hit the Industrial Zone, we'll do some more repairs. I'll look at cleaning out the cold storage as well, because there are definitely some mechs that I just don't see us ever really using. FedCom has an ugly flag. So okay, so here's a little tidbit. I modified because I'm Taurian. I modified the Davian logo to replace the sword with a giant purple dildo, like the one from Saints Row. I will tell you, I have used that photo edit multiple times in some of my videos that I have posted on YouTube. I won't tell you which ones. I won't even tell you where to find them, other than they're on YouTube. I challenge you to go find them. That's what I think of Davian, just for the record. Alright, we're in an industrial zone. Let's see what we got. Probably nothing good, but it never hurts to check. An SRM-6 Inferno I'll definitely take. And some additional PPCXs are always worth it as well. Check the mech market. Nothing especially interesting here. So let's have a look at this zone and see, do we have any hero mechs? It does not look like it. But that's okay. So, with that being said, chat, it has been almost 4 hours. So it's about time we took a BRB. I need to get up, I need to refresh my drink, go to the restroom, you know how it is. And Cody says, drive-by hug. Well, good to see you, Cody. Thanks for stopping by on a Saturday. I know you're probably headed off to work at this point, but as always, we're glad to have you, even if it's just for a few minutes. So thanks for popping in, letting us know you're okay. You're still keeping tabs on the world as it continues to spin. And again, as always, hopefully your workday will go by quickly and uneventfully so you can get back to enjoying the real time on the rest of your weekend. But yeah, we are back. We are back. So let's get started, chat. We got a lot of work to do here. So first and foremost, we got to look at what we're going to get rid of, because we got too much stuff. We got to get rid of some stuff. Well, we don't have to get rid of some stuff, but I want to get rid of some stuff just to make the organization a little easier. So I think we're going to get rid of the Hunchback, as much as I hate to do that. I think we're going to get rid of the Raven as well. As fun as it is, I just don't really ever see us using it. Technically, this Wolverine counts as a hero mech. So I think we keep it just for, like, medium. And as much as I like the T-bolts, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. And obviously we're going to keep all of the hero mechs. So I'm not getting rid of those. I'm very tempted to just ditch the Loader King, if I'm being honest. Like, I know it's the brand new Solaris mech and all that. But we've got enough stuff that I just, like, if I had to take a 65-ton mech, and also I think we're gonna get rid of the Crusader, but if I had to take a 65-ton mech, and I had a choice between a Loader King or a T-Bolt, I'm gonna pick the T-Bolt every time. We got the Atomo catapult that we got from Dragon's Gambit, but I think we're gonna get rid of the Banshee. We have a lot of Battle Masters, and as much as I like keeping a lot of Battle Masters, maybe we should sell one. I'm not super fond of the melee version of the Battle Master, because, like, I mean, it's a melee assault mech. It's very slow. Weekend is a 2-day thing where people can rest and just vibe. It's absolutely the worst thing. How can people just take breaks and there's so much work? Yeah, well, I mean, that's spoken like a true CEO. Spoken like a true CEO. You know what? I'll tell you what. Instead of getting rid of the melee Battle Master, what I'll do instead is we'll get rid of this 1S Battle Master. Because we haven't put it back together, and I think at this point it's better that we just get rid of it rather than trying to fix it up. The Zeuses. We have a bunch of Zeuses. I just don't know that we're gonna use them. I mean, keeping one, to me, is a good idea. But keeping all three, as much as I love the Zeus, don't get me wrong, you guys have heard me wax poetic about the Zeus. But again, I feel like we've got to clean out some of this inventory. Just because it's driving me crazy that we have all these mechs and we're not hardly using any of them. I tell you what. Here's what we're gonna do, chat. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna put up a poll and I'm gonna let you guys decide. So I'm gonna put up, let me see. I gotta think about this for a second. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do, and what I'm gonna say before I say it, so that way everybody, you know, understands. I'm not getting rid of any hero mechs. I'm not selling any hero mechs. I'm not scrapping any hero mechs. And that includes mechs that are like, you know, from like the Dragon's Gambit, even though technically they're not hero mechs. They are unique variants. So just to get that out of the way. With that being said, some of these mechs have got to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you guys to a vote and let you guys decide. I'm going to give you 3 different mechs, and I'm not going to tell you what they are. You're going to have to look at the poll. But I'm going to give you 3 different mech types. And of those 3, pay attention, of those 3, we're only going to keep 1. So this poll is, out of the 3 mech chassis that I put on this poll, you guys are picking the one that you want to keep. Alright, so here we go. We're gonna do... And I'm gonna make this a quick poll. I'm gonna give you guys 2 minutes. The poll is live, so if you do not see it, refresh your stream. Check the top of your screen, and you should see it. So, again... and I'll tell you why I have chosen the mechs that I have chosen. The reason that I have chosen these 3 chassis as the ones on the chopping block is because all 3 are older designs. They're all good. There's nothing wrong with them. But they're designs that we're not using very much, and I think we can afford to get rid of them because we have other mechs that will do what they do better. So this is the opportunity to cast your vote and decide which mechs you want to keep in the company. The other two, I will be selling all but the hero mech versions of those mechs. Well, Friend Aid, when you say there's something very wrong with the Zeus, I don't know. I mean, yeah, okay, it's weird to put the LRMs in the arm, but it's no different than a Treb. A Treb does the same thing. I mean, the Zeus is definitely an unconventional design, but I like it. I've said before, I think it's a good, venerable workhorse. You know, you're not gonna wow anybody with a Zeus, but if you need a dependable frontline mech, it's hard to go wrong with a Zeus. Are there better mechs? Absolutely. Are there worse? Also true. Iceworm? I don't think there is. I do not believe there's a hero Zeus. Or if there is, I've never seen one. Alright, well there you go. The poll is concluded, and you guys have voted overwhelmingly to keep the Warhammers. So that is what we're gonna do. The people have spoken. So that means the Orions and the Zeuses, the Zeusi, what is the plural of Zeus? Anyway, they're going as well. We do have the hero Orion, so I'm going to hang on to that. But the other two, we're going to get rid of. And we will keep the Warhammers. And I think, again, I was talking about getting rid of the Lower King. I think we're going to get rid of the Loader King. As much as I like the Vest Highlander, we already have the Star League Highlander, and I'm kind of tempted to get rid of the Vest. We also have this Firestarter, which... It was a fun idea, but I just don't see us ever using it, to be honest. It's just all machine guns, so I think we'll strip that down and sell it as well. I'm debating on whether to keep the Vest Highlander. Zeus. There you go. There you go. I like it. We're gonna go with that. The plural of Zeus is Zeus. Melee Highlander is awesome, huh? Alright, well, we'll hang on to it for now. It's just one mech. It's just one mech. Alright, so let's begin the process of stripping off anything useful from these things. So, like the Endo, the Pharaoh, the double heatsink kit, the engine core, a bunch of tier 0 machine guns I couldn't give two shits about. Although, to be fair, it's probably... Yeah, it's not even gonna be that expensive to strip it out, so we'll go ahead and do that. Strip the Firestarter down. The Loader King, again, fun idea for a mech. I just don't see us really ever using it. We can save the Loader King for another playthrough, perhaps. Double heat sinks are worth taking. Engine core is always worth taking. Yeah, it's not that expensive. Because these mechs are actually in decent shape, it's not actually that expensive to strip them down. Let me see. Loadout. And again, a lot of these mechs have served us well. Like, they've done good work. It's not necessarily that there's anything wrong with these mechs. It's just, you know, we have a shitload of mechs, and it's time to start prioritizing which ones we actually want to keep. Also, the game appears to be struggling at the moment. Is it Claymore Highlander? I believe so, if I remember right. Well, it has a great sword, but if we found a Claymore, we could give it a Claymore instead. Let's see, the Raven. Alright. This 1S Battlemaster is the one that I said I was going to get rid of, so I think we'll pull out the engine core. I don't think there's really anything else in here worth keeping. And then what else? What else? Oh, we got the Orion we need to strip. This Orion, the Orion K. Alright. And then we have the Zeus. The Zeus. Man, I don't know why, but that just feels right. Is it just me? Like, somehow just calling him a Zeus, it just feels right, you know? So good call on that. Good call on that, Vin. Oh, come on now. I think I'm just gonna pull the core on these. We had some higher tier gear in one of those Zeus, but the others not so much. I want the ER burst. I want this high tier mediums. I mean, we might as well just strip the fucking thing. Alright, there we go. So that's stripping everything down. Now let's look at what we need to put back together. So we have the Corsair, which did well. Actually, now that I think about it, I forgot. We gotta give this thing its colors. It did earn them. And then we'll put it in cold storage. Oh, that was the wrong Corsair. Yeah? Yeah, this one's not even... I mean, it's the Solaris one, but it's not even really special, in all honesty. And Phenosi resubscribing for a 9th month, says late coming in. Glad I'd missed a stream. Well, good to see you, Phenosi. Thanks for joining us. And yeah, you're not late. You are late, but you didn't miss the whole thing. We just finished up the Solaris Showdown DLC, and we are now in the post-mission setup for putting mechs back together, selling off mechs that we're getting rid of, that whole thing. I really don't know if this thing's worth keeping, to be honest. Again, Corsair is fun, but I just don't see us using it. We already have the hero version, and the hero version's gonna be better, regardless. Let me see. And there was this, the Crusader. That's the thing that I was thinking about that we needed to strip. Is there anything worth stripping? Other than the engine core, I don't really think so. Alright. But yeah, I like the Corsair. I think it's a fun mech, but I don't think there's a world in which we use it this playthrough. So I'm gonna take the engine core, I'm gonna take the XL, we'll take the double heat sink kits. But most of the rest of this, I think we're just gonna let fall by the wayside. We'll sell it off. A tall Zeus, yes. Oh, right, the Banshee. Forgot about the Banshee. We're going to be stripping that and getting rid of it as well. So we'll take out the endo, we'll take out the gyro, the core. I mean, we might as well just strip the whole damn thing. It's going to be very expensive to do that, but so be it. So let's look at the rebuilding. We need to rebuild our hero, King Crab. Damn, so we lost the beagle, and that was the only beagle we had, huh? That is disappointing. And let's see, we got some AC5 burst fires, but not a lot, so we're gonna have to... We're gonna have to fill in with some maybe not quite as good equipment. That's okay, though. As for the Beagle probe, that's gonna be the tough thing, is what do we do about that? What do we do about that? I mean, we could go with the Guardian ECM. Not enough free slots. Because the Guardian is just a better version of the Beagle, right? Or more of a side grade, I guess, is a better way to put it. I think we go with the FCS Ballistic on this thing. And let me double check the missiles, since we're already at the point where... Yeah, I wanted to see if we had any additional SRM-6s that we could use to upgrade. But it doesn't look like it. So, yeah. I think that's good enough. Wasn't the Ravens being stripped equipped with a Beagle active probe? I think it had something? I'm not 100% sure. Oh. What? Are you... Apologies, Mega. The bot is dumb. For whatever reason, it doesn't like the word pussy. I mean, I just use the word, so I don't understand, but... Anyway. Apologies for that. But yeah, 1.6 mil. Let's go ahead and get that work started. It's gonna take a little while. That's okay. What else do we got to repair? Oh, we gotta repair the awesome. First of all, let's do some weapon upgrades, because we do need to start working on our weapon upgrades again. So that I'll actually have the parts that we need to do the upgrades that we need. There we go. Take that. Basically just going through, and anything that's at like level or tier 0, I'm gonna go ahead and try to upgrade where we can. I'm also kind of at the point where we're trying to move beyond the tier 1 stuff. So like if I can upgrade anything from tier 1 to tier 2, I'm trying to do that. The only issue that we run into with that is these upgrades get exponentially more expensive as you increase the tier. But I think that's good progress. All right, so actually, we have all the parts that we need to fix up this awesome without having to sub out any parts. But since we're here, let me see. We do have one better PPCX, and we've actually got quite a few of the tier 2s. So I'll go ahead and do that. Now, Chet, let me ask you this. We haven't really done any weapons grade heresy with this awesome yet. Do we want to give it a try? Like, I've been holding out for a while, hoping that we would find the pre-baby. But we've been around a long time in the Inner Sphere, and we haven't really found it yet. So, what do you think? Do we heresy this thing up a little bit? Oh, well, that's the question of the hour, isn't it? What can we do? I mean, the first thing we can do is put a bigger engine in it. The second thing we can do is make it an XL while we're at it. So let's see. If I upgraded from the 240 to, let's say, a 350. That's a little too heavy. Alright. What about a 320? Alright, 320 is doable. 320 is doable. Let's drop some heat sinks. I'm gonna go with double heat sinks in the torso. We can drop a couple of heat sinks down here. We'll get rid of these guys. Replace those with doubles. I wish I could put double heat sinks in the feet. Yeah, I mean, at this point, we're at the maximum number of critical slots, but we've also reached the maximum amount of weight for this mech. So that's a decent enough upgrade, I think. Upgrade the PPCX. I mean, we've already upgraded them as much as we can. The issue that we have right now is, like, we're using all of our highest tier PPCXs at the moment. Put a new FCS in there. Goddamn right. This is why I ask you guys, chat. PPC speed up. PPC spread modifier, radius, and project. Oh, yeah, let's go with that. PPC, the FCS energy? Absolutely. Censored power, that's an extra 100. Let's go with that. Anything else that we can put in for free? That's the question. We could do gyros. I'm very tempted with the gyros because... Alright, so hear me out on this, chat. Because we got two different choices here. We got the mobility, which is going to increase our top speed by 5%, or we have the agility, which is going to increase our turn, acceleration, and deceleration speed by 10%. And the awesome is a very slow boy. Yeah, Donnie, but we don't have a 325 engine currently, and even if I did, we'd have to find somewhere to put that double. Actually, you know what? Let me see. Do they have one on the market, maybe? Do they have a 325? They do not have a 325. So yeah, we're SOL on that one. got a tuned single heatsink kit. Just increases heat's efficiency for regular single heat sinks. That's interesting. We got heat banks. Heat banks could be good. Anyway, I'm getting ready to spend a bunch of money. We're not here to spend money. What do you think, chat? Mobility or agility? It looks like you guys are already kind of saying mobility. I mean, I do turn the torso when I'm, you know, engaging enemies, but since I don't do the whole torso twist bullshit, it's much less effective for me. Tell you what else we'll do. Drop that, and I'll put a double heatsink in the arm. Damn. I was hoping we'd have just enough critical slots for that, but we don't. Disappointing. Disappointing. Alright. 5% actually is not that much. It is not that much. As you can see. So here we are at 64.8. If I put in the mobility, we basically gain 4 kph. But it costs us nothing in weight, so there's not really a reason not to take it. Like, it doesn't cost us anything, other than the money to buy the gyro. Alright, let's start the work on this. It's gonna be a very expensive refit, but I think it's high time that we upgraded the awesome anyway. Alright. So we took out Quado, and it immediately got blown up. What do we have in terms of medium pulse lasers that we could potentially replace that with? I'm gonna be honest. I think we're gonna drop the pulse lasers here. And I'm gonna put in regular medium lasers, but we're gonna do it with some higher grade medium lasers. Actually, you know what? We got tier 5 and tier 4, so let's put in some tier 4s. And then we could potentially, we got an additional 4 tons. What do we do with those 4 tons? We could put another launcher in. In fact, we could save even more weight. We could save even more weight by ditching the Artemis and going with some plain Jane SRM6s or some Infernos because they weigh the same amount. And then that gives us enough room for 2 tons of ammo. I mean, we'll burn through the ammo pretty quick. Do we have double bends, maybe? No. I was hoping we could buy some. But instead, we just do that. Oh, we got some Artemis ammo in the torso. Let's swap that out. Yeah, with 4 Inferno SRM6s, the objective is, if we hit them with all of this at once, we're basically going to be overheating everything that we shoot at. 2 Infernos, 2 regular, we could do that too. We could do that too. Let's see. Drop 1 and 1, and then we'll put in some tier 3 SRM6s. Same weight, but we can spread out those Infernos to something else. Go with short burst since pulse doesn't just do rate of fire you need. Alright, let's see. Let's have a look at the... Do we have enough medium short burst? We do, in fact. We can do that. Alright, what do we think about that? So we've switched out the lasers in the arms to short burst mediums. We got some Inferno launchers. We basically doubled up on the SRMs to increase the potential DPS. Now, we weren't able to put a whole lot more ammo in there. So we do still have the concern of running out of ammo. But we'll be able to do the DPS a lot faster. I wonder, do we have the critical slots? If I put in Pharaoh, that gives us just a little bit more tonnage. And then we could potentially put in more ammo. And then with the extra tonnage, we can try armoring the feet back up. Yeah, there's nowhere else to pull armor from. So as much as I hate it, we have to go with asymmetrical armor. I don't like that, but it balances it out. Case protected from ammo explosions transferring to the center torso. Or does it just prevent ammo explosion damage? So let's actually look at it. So, according to yet another mech lab, Case protects the component from internal explosion damage traveling to adjacent components. So does Case even matter in this case? Haha. Because if the center torso blows up, it blows up. The case doesn't do anything. And there's no ammo in the side torsos, so the case is literally useless. The question is, what do we do with a half a ton otherwise? So maybe we drop the Pharaoh. We drop the half ton of ammo. I don't like dropping armor, but I think that's the best way to do it. Because I can't think of what else we could put in that would actually give us a half a ton, is the problem. I mean, I guess we could still do the half ton of ammo. Let's do this. We'll do 3.5 bins of ammo, and then that way we don't have to give up as much armor on the feet. There we go. That balances it out. Let's go with that. Let's go with that. Better than nothing. Better than nothing. And it'll get the weeb machine put back together. What else? Do we have anything else that we need to put back together? I think we've got... So we have this energy annihilator. Let's have a look at the loadout on this thing. Let's see what we can do with it. Holy shit. That's a lot of heat sinks. That is a lot of fucking heat sinks. I mean, I'm just trying to think of what you could do with this. Because all of your damage is in the arms. All of your damage is in the arms. Yeah, I mean, this... It's got a few more lasers, a few more medium lasers than the average awesome. Like, my awesome is both significantly faster, significantly more durable, and significantly more heat efficient than this thing is. Yeah, uncomplex. I'm kind of with you on that. That's what I'm feeling right now. Like, we got this thing for free, but as I'm looking at it, I'm like, what is even the point of this? With an XL400, you can still put 6 large lasers in this. I mean, you know what? Bet. Okay, we don't have a 400. Can we buy a 400? Challenge accepted. I keep forgetting we have the EOR short bursts. Let's do that. So if we go... ER short bursts. Okay. So what do we think about this? Is this just stupid enough to work? How about a better question? The ERs are 5 tons. The regulars are also 5 tons. Do double heat sink? We could put the double heat sink kit. I don't know if I want to put the individual double heat sinks in there. We could do the engine heat sinks as doubles, though. What do we think about that? I mean, I don't think I would use this, but I have no problem giving this to the AI. The only problem that I have with this is it has no armor. Well, I mean, it has armor, but we did not max the armor. You got slots to do Indo Pharaoh. We might as well, right? Let's stick some Pharaoh in there. That gives us a ton and a half. Yeah, that doesn't really get a shit in the way of armor. Alright, if I put Indo in it, we don't have enough free slots. Alright, so we ditch the Pharaoh, we put in Indo. That gives us a little more to play with. We can still max out the armor, but... Indo always gives more. Yeah, it does, but it's also more expensive, and it takes longer to put in. I just don't know, like... So this is... To me, this is another situation of, what do we actually gain from doing this? Let's try this. Let's try this. Let me think. If we drop down to the 375, we only lose 1 engine heatsink. But that gives us another 8 tons to play with. So then obviously we max out the armor. That's a no-brainer. So then with 7 tons... With 7 tons... Do we? Yeah, we do. Do we have any other ER short bursts? Jesus Christ, Chad. It's just stupid enough to work. Right? It's just crazy enough to work. This is a very expensive refit. I'm gonna go with the Nova because laser heat generation modifier, so that's an additional minus 10% heat generation. I mean, if there was ever a design that could use less heat generation, it's gonna be this, right? You're not wrong, Iceworm. If this thing ever gets blown up, it's gonna be a goddamn tragedy, but you know, fucking... What else you gonna do? You can't take it with you. What do we think, chat? You like it? You gonna put a bow on this one? Nah, we don't have any modular armor, but yeah, I think we could drop the double heat sinks because we do have 2 extra tons to play with. And we'll put those in here. So we still have the same cooling, but we're not wasting any tonnage. It's ugly, but I love it. Let's do it, chat. Let's spend almost 3.5 million sea bills putting this monstrosity together. All right. Now, the Battle Masters. I don't think... Did we do any upgrades on these? I didn't think so. All right, since we're not using them currently, let's get these boys in cold storage. Let me see. What else do we got down here? We got the Zeus. But a lot of these mechs are going to get put away. Or sold, I mean. Alright. Is there anything, is there anything else in here that we want to get rid of currently? We still haven't even pulled this Mauler out to do anything with that yet. And we still gotta put King Crab Squad together. Alright, let's have a look at this other Annihilator. Since we're still in the industrial zone, let's have a look at this other Annihilator. Because this one actually has ballistic hard points. Oh my god. Four LBX 10s? Jesus. But I can do better. I can do better. Move that ammo to the feet. Oh, of course, of course. Always. We might as well put one bin of ammo in the head, right? Oh, because we put the ammo on the feet, we can drop the case. That gives us another ton to play with. What do we do with that ton? Do we... How about that? And it's actually not that expensive to replace because it's only got a 200 engine core. And we could XL the engine. I don't know if it's worth it though, because we're not... The problem with trying to do that, I mean, we could... Let's look at it. If we XL, that's going to fill up all of our critical slots. That gives us 4 tons. Little too heavy. Still a little too heavy. Not quite heavy enough. Okay, so we dropped the laser. Problem solved. Is that worth it, though? Because we're only gaining, well, roughly 15 kph in speed, but we're running the risk of total loss if we lose the side torso. Yeah, like if it was a significant speed increase, I might consider it. But in this case, for all the tonnage that we drop, we're only gaining 15 kph, which is not... I don't think it's worth it. So we'll put the 200 back in it. We'll drop the XL. It's alright. Not every mech has to have an XL in it. It's a tool, it's not a requirement. Alright, we'll go ahead and do that. That'll give us 2 fucking annihilators. Of which both will be insane and extremely deadly. Alright, chat, there we go. There we go. FCS and sensors. You're not wrong. You are not wrong. I'm gonna go ahead and let that go for now. I'll look at putting in that stuff here in a little while. As you can clearly see, we have a lot going on. Due in 32 days, 5 million. So let's hope. Let me get some of these refits done. There we go. So if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm basically... I'm running right up to the line before payday because I want to try and strip as many of these mechs as I can so that we can then turn around and sell them. And by clearing these out, it will give us money, but it will also decrease the amount of money that we're spending on mech storage. And let's see. Do this. Get rid of this one. I think this is the Corsair that we were going to sell. It is. And we got the Orion as well. And that should definitely bring our costs back in line. Now, I'm pretty sure with the Kuato, we didn't do any upgrades on it. Oh, no, we did. All right. So we cannot cold storage the Kuato, which is fine. It's not the end of the world. And then that just leaves the Banshee that's still being stripped down. And already we've reined in our payroll from 5.5 million to 2.5 million. Yeah, so that's why we were playing the timeline game. So let us do that. We'll do the next event. Man, that Banshee refit is taking a while. Alright, so here's what we'll do. Let's hit the star map. No new hero mechs available in the time that we've been sitting here, which is okay. So the question that we have now is what we get into next. We do still have a couple of these to take care of, and we're actually pretty close to Rasselhaig, so let's track this. Yeah, we can run up here and give them a hand with that. And that'll pass the time. That'll pass the time in between.